7th of 2017, my older brother Jacob was tragically killed in a car accident. And yesterday was his 7-year anniversary of his passing. And Jacob was the life of the party, and ever since, he was so much fun to be around. The glue that held our family together. He was everything to us. And I'll never forget the moment that I found out that Jacob had passed away, and that I wouldn't see him again until heaven. It was such a painful and devastating moment for me and my family. And I remember walking through those early days of when Jacob had just passed away, and really wrestling with God on why would you let Jacob die at such a young age, 23 years old at the prime of his life. Kind of faced with the reality that I wouldn't see him again, that he wouldn't be there for any of my milestones, that I wouldn't be there for any of his, that he was gone. Like in the blink of an eye, he was gone. He was taken. And I remember just really having to trust God in that part of my life like I never have before. My faith became so real to me. And I grew up in a Christian home, but until that day happened, I never really trusted God before. And I don't know if there's anyone in here that can kind of relate with that, but when something in your life happens where you lose a loved one like that, where they're stripped away from you, it makes you really kind of look at your life and go, what am I doing with my life? What am I doing down here on earth? How am I making an impact for the kingdom of God? How am I leading others closer to Him? And for me, that became really real and true. And so I actually sang for the first time in front of anyone at my brother's funeral 7 years ago. I actually didn't want to do anything with music. I wanted to be an astronaut and work for NASA. And all of a sudden, Jacob passes away, and my life was forever changed. And music was something that I began to fall in love with, and God was calling me to music like He never had before. And I remember sitting up on that stage at my brother's funeral and just feeling this sense of like, this is what I'm going to do with my life. And it was such an incredible moment. And so I think to be standing here today, after just passing the 7-year anniversary, I'm so thankful for what God has done in my life. But I'm such a just living proof that God can take something horrible and turn it into something beautiful. And I believe that He can do that very same thing for every single one of you here today. God has such a big plan for every single one of you. And all you have to do is trust Him. Say, God, I trust You. I surrender my life to You, and I'm going to trust my future and lay that into Your hands. And it's been such a beautiful thing to witness. But one thing I've noticed over the last 7 years is that it hasn't really gotten any easier. I still think about my brother every single day I wake up and I think he's gone. He's gone. I'm constantly faced with the reminder that Jacob is gone. And a couple years ago I was with some of my writing friends, and we kind of sat down to write this song together. And I remember kind of being frustrated because I was like, there's so many songs about heaven, which is great, but there's no songs about reality on this side of heaven, and what it's like to actually live without the ones that you love the most, and the struggles that you face in the midst of that. And so I felt like there needed to be a song that really confronted that and talked about it. And so I wrote the song. I released it a year ago yesterday, and it's literally my favorite song I've ever written and released. And I really hope it blesses you all. This is called 7th of June.
Just like a song when I'm falling. It's just what we do when I start missing you. Why do I have to know? And why do I have to say? And when's it gonna get easier to make it through the day? Oh, My friends, they know I won't pick up if they call me. 'Cause all I said to you, it's just me.